Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. It is still morning for 10 minutes, at least in my time zone. And welcome to a new video on Sai. I wanted to do a quick video on that. I've been covering it quite extensively in the last week at least, but I think longer. I've been covering it quite extensively, and just in general, I think it's an interesting crypto. I mean, I've always said, just to do kind of an overview of what I think. I've always said that Sai, at least to a degree, is manipulated, and I stand by that. I'm very firm on that stance. Mainly caused by the volume distribution and the volume sources. I mean, usually if there's this much volume coming from BitDump, Upbit, etc., usually there's manipulation at play, and we'll have a big flush at some point of time. However, I mean, Sai is also, it's a real project. It has some real utility, or at least it could have. Right now, I don't think the network is used that much yet. And it has some great backing. I know a lot of great investors and analysts that are looking at Sai, and that means a lot as well in this crypto market we have. So right now we're getting some bearish momentum. We actually had the first bearish breakout we had in a very long time. I think since the 19th of December, when this bullish momentum really started, which technically already started earlier, but all right. So this is the first bullish breakout in this entire rally up since the 19th. So what does that mean? Are we going to be bearish right now? Just in general, what should you need to know? All right, and it's a difficult question, I think. I mean, I looked at it this morning with Sai, but answering that question to me is a bit difficult. I mean, if you look at the open interest right now, first of all, Sai itself is getting more and more correlated with Bitcoin, which at this moment I don't think is the best thing, because Bitcoin is, well, not weak, but there also is not a lot of momentum behind Bitcoin. So that doesn't help Sai. And before that, the correlation was actually very negative. So then Sai just moved up regardless of the market circumstances. And that's also what we saw on Wednesday when we had that flush. Excuse me, I'm not sure why my nose is acting up right now. But all right. So we've seen that the correlation has increased in combination with the open interest. So the momentum decreasing. And this is actually pretty bad, right? Because this needs to increase quickly if we want to keep these levels. If the momentum keeps decreasing, if the open interest keeps decreasing, that means that, well, it probably means, it's always guesswork, but it probably means that longs are getting closed. And if that happens, that means the asset is sold, right? Or the contract is sold when we're talking about long positions, long contract. And then apart from that, technically, I mean, it's also maybe time for a bit of a pullback. Like the main support level we had was 75 cents. There's still support right here between 67 and 70 cents, and you should definitely not underestimate that support. But I do think that's our final savior, all right? Because the momentum is dropping down. Bitcoin is not necessarily bullish. Sai is getting more correlated to Bitcoin, which means that it's losing its own sources of momentum, which were pretty good, as we all know. So Sai is probably going to drop down after this bearish breakout. It's now also back in this bullish pennant, which is not that bullish right now if it drops back down into it. But Sai is probably going to retest the support level right here between 70 and 67 cents. And from there, the only way in which Sai can stay bullish on the short term, I think it will be, I think it still will be bullish longer term, but on the short term, from that level, we need to break back above 75 and 76 cents. All right, if that happens, we're bullish again instantly, and we can get up to 90 cents and potentially higher. But at this moment, while the interest is decreasing, and after we just had that bearish breakout, I don't think this is most likely, which is a pretty risky thing to say, because it's very bad, or it's very unlikely that Sai is going to fall if you check out the last price movement, right? But I have to say, with the open interest dropping down, I think this is a possibility, but I think it's most likely that we will find support there. But then afterwards, it's most likely that we'll drop down lower towards this level right here between 60 and 55 cents. And that we'll find support there, because I do think that we have a chance to find good support there, and then later on rally back up from 55 and 60 cents. I do think that's a possibility, but on the short term, unfortunately, I have to be a little bit bearish, because that's what I see in the numbers and on the chart. So those are my thoughts. If you do have any questions, of course, let me know. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care. And don't forget to check out my premium and signal group down in the description and the pinned comment. For now, thank you for watching, and bye.